So there's a question I really need to ask because I tried to find the answer on YouTube and I couldn't find it. I found it through asking people, but I never found it on YouTube. So I want to ask you this. So people sometimes mix up between the names of reggae and reggaeton. And some people think reggaeton and dancehall are the same thing.
Reggae, first of all, reggae is out of reggaeton. Yeah, reggae is more, it's a peaceful style, like slow song, consciousness, and spreading like a good message and everything. So reggae was there first, then dancehall came, then reggaeton came. Yeah, because remember, reggaeton come from South America. Yeah, South America and a little bit in the Caribbean islands because we have Spanish people in the Caribbean islands. But the only thing that divides all of us is sometimes language or borders, but all of us is the same. Because sometimes people really think like too deep, like, oh, I'm South American, oh, I'm Spanish, or I'm da da da. No, but in the Caribbean islands and in South America, all of us is the same. But just the countries is different. So reggaeton came from South America, I think, because they love dancehall a lot over there. Dancehall, reggae, they love it. It's a part of them too because we just neighbors, and it's not even like we neighbors, we brothers, we the same, all of us. So especially South American and Caribbeans. So when they create reggaeton, I think they created to have like their identity, like.
So reggaeton came from where? We know dancehall came from reggae. Reggaeton came from reggae too?
No, reggaeton came from dancehall. You can listen to the song. The beat on the bass is the same, but they just had one more thing which look like a little bit of salsa and something, them South American stuff. They bring something else and it make reggaeton. But when you listen to reggaeton and when you listen to a couple of songs of dancehall, you will see like, oh, it's kind of the same, but just the attitude and the music and everything is a little bit different. But don't get it twisted. People who listen to reggaeton, they listen to dancehall because they know. If you find a real South American, you tell him what is dancehall, he will tell you. If you say, oh, what is reggaeton, he will know because this comes from where he grew up. So there's not there's a difference, yeah. Because first of all, it's English. Dancehall is English. Reggaeton is more like Spanish. When they sing, they speak Spanish. So that's why I said, I think they create reggaeton to have their own identity. You feel me? It's like hip hop. Hip hop come from America, but if you go here, Lebanon people sing. You have a Lebanese guy who sing hip hop in Lebanon, who can rap in Lebanese, right? I go France. I have plenty friends. They rap in French, and all over the world. So everybody find their own identity. Once you have it's like the tree. You have a tree. Then after that, the apple came out. Then everybody choose their own. So yeah, I think reggaeton is just their own identity because they wanted to bring something that they like, but with their own vibes. So yeah, we love reggaeton too. Reggaeton is nice music. Yeah.
So is the beat the same?
The beat kind of the same. Depend on what type of song you're gonna find, but the in general, it's look alike because when you see certain song in dancehall, some of them look alike like reggae. Because dancehall you have different topics. Sometimes we sing for the girls, sometimes we sing for fashion, clothes and everything. Sometimes we sing about struggles, life and all of that, and sometimes we sing about happiness. Same thing in reggae. Reggae more peaceful, more about spreading the world and all of that. But dancehall came with a lot of stuff like that. So same thing for dancehall. there, and same thing for reggaeton. They just find their own vibes and bring it to the table, and no problem.
So it's almost the same culture. That's how we understand it.
That's for me. It's like the same culture, because when we go South America, they just have different lifestyle and everything. It's not like something big, like a big bridge or something. It's kind of the same culture, but just with a different vibes and a different flavor, with a different language, and with different people. It's like you guys. I'm from the Caribbean islands, and you guys from the Middle East, but our cultures look alike a little bit. Even if you guys living all the way there and I'm living all the way there, when we met and I chilled with you first time, I was like, what? You guys have like kind of the same thing as us. Poverty is everywhere here, like us. Struggle is everywhere. So sometimes you have certain places who look alike. So you don't really have to look like, oh, where I come from or where I come from, they do this or they do that. No. We're trying to think beyond of what we see. So yeah, every culture look the same. It's just the way it is. But everywhere you go in the world, you're gonna find something will look like your country. Everywhere. Yeah. Even if you talk with people or vibes with people or just like discover the country, you're gonna find it.
So I've been with different dancehall dance teachers. So I never felt the real roots. What are the real roots of dancehall? But when we met you were different. You were explaining to us where the move comes from, why is it done in this way, and stuff like that. You were talking about the history and everything. In other classes, we only took choreographies. So I feel like people who come from Jamaica and Haiti, they have the real roots, the real culture.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Even like, because Caribbean islands is big. So if you go like Saint Lucia, Dominica, Martinique, and everything, Guadeloupe, like everywhere in the Caribbean islands, we brave dancehall, because it's the for me it's the biggest reggae and dancehall is the biggest music genre that can represent us as Caribbean. Then on the side you have like salsa from Cuba and everything, like you see the more Spanish stuff, but dancehall and reggae is for me the face, musically the face of the Caribbean islands. So it's not just about Jamaica or Haiti or that. It's about researching. Because I didn't born in Jamaica. I didn't born in Haiti. I born in South America, French Guyana. But my French Guyana and Jamaica and everything, is in South America. So we kind of have the same vibes and the same thing. After that, you just have to research. If you love it and you want to spread it the right way, you research. Because me, I can fake. I can fake it. If I want to teach you something, I have to make sure that I know what I'm teaching. And I have to make sure that tomorrow you know what you get. And if you understand it, even if I teach you something and you don't understand the move or you don't get it like physically, but mentally you have it, you know what you're doing and you know what is what. So when I leave this country, you can work on yourself. Because I do this for you guys get better, because me, I know the moves. I know the language, I know this, I know that. For years I've been doing this many times, maybe more than a billion times 1 year. But I do it to spread it the right way and to share it with you guys, because dancehall is a sharing culture. It's not personal culture. We create for everybody. When we do Willy Bounce is for everybody. When we do Wakidip, everybody have to do Wakidip. When we do Urkel dance, everybody have to do Urkel dance. So I do it the way that I want you guys understand, have it, and when I leave, you have it, you understand it, then you can spread it to someone else and to the next generation with the right tools, which is me. You probably not gonna know everything about the move, But you know a couple of things that you can say to someone else, who can say to someone else, and who can say to someone else, like each one teach one. This is what it's supposed to say. And I think this is in not just in dancehall, it's supposed to be in every style of dance. Because nowadays you have some Afro dancers, they teach Afro, like Afro beats and new style, but they don't know the old school Afro, they don't know Coupe de Calais, they don't know Ndombolo, they don't know them type of stuff. And this is the type of stuff like genre of dance who was there before the Afro music, like Afro dance style that you see nowadays. So for me, yeah, it's like it's the roots, bro. If you don't give them the right tools, tomorrow they will get lost. That's why there are so many people in Europe and all over the world, they teach dancehall, but they don't know the alpha of dancehall. If you come to them and ask them, what is this move? They can't answer.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell them who created, they can't answer. But they teach 7 days a week, and they teach everywhere in the world. 2 people. So, yeah, I think it's depend of the way that you want bring stuff to the table and share it with people. But my way is this: I have to make sure that I know what I'm doing, that I'm bringing the right tools for you tomorrow. So tomorrow you can do your own. If I can build the building tomorrow, I'll bring you the tools so you can build the building. So the day after we build maybe 10. Yeah, because if only me can build the building, I'm gonna take maybe 10 years. But if I know what to do it, then I give you the tools to do it. Then tomorrow you call me and say, yo, let's do maybe 5. That's more hand. Yeah, that means we have 4 hands and we can do more work in a better way.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.